Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Breakfast and Business. This week, we are going to be covering increasing your reach. Now, we've just gone live across a multitude of platforms. If you want to get actively involved, there's a few ways to do that for Breakfast and Business. The first of which is tag a friend or share this broadcast. Let people know that we're up and that we're live and that we're sharing information 30 minutes at a time every single day, Monday through Saturday, and getting actively involved in the broadcast. It's not one of those broadcasts you just tune in and it's lovely to listen to. It's about being an active part of the community. As you come in, let me know whether you're live or on the replay. We like to connect with everybody and hear what you're up to and what you're taking away from this. So as you come in, please do let me know about the insights that you appreciate, that resonate with you, that make sense. And there's a couple of ways to do that. Inside each platform, you can use the tools that are there. So Periscope and Instagram, you guys have got hearts. Facebook, you've got reactions. YouTube, you've got the thumbs up. So whatever platform you've got, use the tools within there to show us that you're following along and that it's making sense. There's been a few problems with Facebook and there's still a problem, but I'm going to share with you why I think that's happening in just a minute. So thank you for finding us in different places. There's an event page so you can find links to all the different broadcasts anyway. So hopefully you can find them in the meantime whilst they're not currently launching on Facebook's Pages platform. I'll allude to why I think that's happening at the moment, because I've done a bit of testing over the week and I think we've worked out what the problem is with going live to the Facebook page. So I'll share that with you in just a minute. Now, each week for Breakfast and Business, if you're brand new to it, we have an overarching topic that we talk about all week, and then we break it down into individual parts every single day. So there's something within that major topic that we break down every single day. And this week's topic is increasing your reach, increasing your visibility. So we want to help you. If that's for you, if you know someone else who would benefit from raising their brand profile or reach and being seen by more people, reaching more customers, then please hit share on this broadcast and share it across to them in their inbox, share it on your wall, share it in your group, share it in your page, invite them, hit the bit below, comment and tag them. Let them know why they should be here, because this week is all about increasing your reach and visibility. And obviously for most businesses, that's something that could be super useful to them over time. Now, throughout the week, we're going to cover how to increase your reach within a whole different set of circumstances. And I'm going to share the whole schedule with you now. You can always find them via the Facebook or LinkedIn events links that will be in the inside of the descriptions. But I'm going to run through now quickly what this week's schedule looks like. So today we're going to talk about showing up. Tuesday, we're going to talk about Facebook groups. Wednesday, we're going to talk about events. Thursday, we're going to talk about commenting. Friday is about using new features. And Saturday, about celebrating friends. Those of you who follow me will know that the things that we're talking about are not just things that we talk about in principle. These are things that we actively practice. They're things that we put into practice all the time within our business. And we want you to do exactly the same so that you can have the same amazing results. Don't forget, as you come and be an active part of the community, let me know where you are tuning in from, if you're live or on the replay, and get actively involved in the broadcast. Use those red, yellow or orange emojis in the comments across all the platforms. Use the platform tools to show me that you're following along and that it resonates with you. Good morning. Mum is tuned in over on Facebook. Bev is on YouTube, because I'm struggling to find it on Facebook. So I'm going to quickly, before we launch into this, I'm going to allude to why I think Facebook is having an issue. Every time Facebook rolls out new functionality and features, they tend to break something else, because they roll things out quickly and then they quickly patch and fix the problems. Now, one reason that certain people are having problems and others aren't having problems going live to places like Facebook pages is, if you look closely, there are some substantial differences between the watch players that are happening on Facebook. So some pages already have this feature and functionality. It's not been talked about very much, but it is out there already. And we've got it on our page, which might be that the new player is having an issue. Now, on the new player, when you join a live, if you're on the Facebook and you can see it on a page, you actually get the option to either watch that live in real time live, or to watch it from the beginning so that you don't join halfway through where it doesn't make sense, which is a brilliant set of features, brilliant functionality. It's got skip forwards 10 seconds, skip back 10 seconds, and so you can also flick that little live button in the controls and turn it on or off to jump to the beginning and watch and scrub through and watch from the beginning, or to watch from the point that is actually currently live. So maybe you want to turn that off, go back to the beginning, find out what the broadcast's about, and then jump to live and play along live. So there's, with that functions in the platform, we're thinking that that's probably why, because we've looked at a few other accounts that don't have the problem, and they don't have that player running on any of their videos at the moment. So we've been into those, had a look, and that's all we can allude to as to why there's a problem. Sorry for anyone who's having problems getting to it. We have put up an event page. We will get you all invited across to that over on LinkedIn and on Facebook, so that you've got the best opportunity of finding the broadcast. We do every day post the links to all of the different places. If you know it hits 8 o'clock and you can't find one of the links, if it says it's broken, please do click on one of the other links and watch somewhere else. Well done, Bev, for jumping across, and apologies for any issues that it has caused. And like I said, Breakfast and Business is about active participation. We don't want you to come, we don't want you to just stand here and listen and hear what we've got to say, but we actually want you to put it into practice. Every single day we give you something to take away that you can go and practically put into action. I've been talking with the guys that I work with, the guys that I'm mentoring, the guys that we coach, that we need to be consistent. We need to have a plan, and today is super important with that. Breakfast and Business, as you know, if you've been here before or if you've just joined, you will have heard me say join this broadcast already. We are live Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m, around about 30 minutes. It's always kickstarting the day here in the UK. I know for people in different places around the world it's slightly different, but it's an opportunity to start the day either with an idea that you already know that you just need that nudge to put into practice, or maybe it's something brand new to implement within your business that will make a substantial change over time. So today I'm going to talk to you all about showing up. We do this Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m. It's consistent. There's a schedule. You know what to expect. You know how long it's going to be. It's very much like traditional TV. So by showing up consistently and regularly and having a set time, it means that people can get used to it. It can become familiar. They can know where and when to connect. Unfortunately, Facebook has caused a bit of an issue with that, in the fact that one of the platforms is not delivering as it should. What we are doing instead is what we talked about last week, of repurposing that content and putting it out back on that page. For those who are used to seeing it there, we put it out about an hour later so that they can tune in and watch it as a replay. And in fact, we put that out as a premiere so that it behaves as if it's live and people get that notification as well. So good morning, Bev. Well done for jumping in on YouTube. Mum, good to see you in as well this morning. Chris Freeman, nice to see you. Now, today, it's important that you understand the importance of showing up. There'll be days when you don't want to. There'll be times when things are going to be, you can come up with a million excuses why not to show up, why not to have to post, why not to go live, why not to record that video. But the importance of showing up, I can't stress enough. By showing up consistently and providing a massive amount of value to your audience, you're doing what I always refer to as building trust equity. For those who haven't heard me use the phrase before, or those who have, as a good reminder, trust equity is a currency. Trust is a currency. If you can build enough trust with people, you can then either cash that trust in to get them to sign up to a mailing list, to attend an event, to buy a product or service, or to work with you, or you can transfer that trust equity over to other people. Chris Freeman's in the house. He runs some live music live streams at the moment, and usually runs live music events. Now, we've been photographing in that music industry for more than a decade, I think 10, 15 years now, which we've built trust with the audience that we're going to be at the good events, we're going to know what's going on. And so when we post about their events or we share their content, we're sharing our trust equity with our audience back to Chris. Now, one of the reasons we'll do that is Chris does exactly what we're talking about with today, is he shows up. Every day, every Saturday since lockdown, they've done at least a show every single Saturday since lockdown, because people are used to going out, used to listening to music, used to having a bit of a party and letting their hair down. And right now, whilst people are at home more than ever, people need to do things to relax, to get away from it all. And Chris has provided that invaluable service every Saturday throughout lockdown. He has showed up every single Saturday. Now, he's also done some broadcast in the middle of the week. So he performs on a Saturday. Him and Karen both do a broadcast together on a Saturday, and then Karen's done an individual one in the week. Chris has done an individual one in the week, and they've collaborated with other people. So they've consistently showed up throughout. Now, they had fans asking them to turn on the monetization features, things like stars and things like that, so that they could give back to them for showing up and for helping. Now, the minute they turned it on, Chris's reaction was absolutely incredible when he realized the potential of that tool. They've never been about the money. They've always been about providing value. They are literally the music definition of what we talk about in business. They show up, they do it for the right reasons, they're helping people, they care, they're listening to what their audience wants all the time. All of the right elements are in play. So when they then turn the monetization features on, they reaped the rewards of the trust equity that they had built over time, because they showed up consistently, regularly, and always been there for the audience. So they can be a really good testimony to the fact that showing up is really, really important for making sure that you're staying connected, you're providing value, you're listening, you're paying attention, and you're helping people, right? In whatever capacity, playing music for people in a time where they can't go out, they can't go to events, you're still providing that level of service, a massive amount. So here you go, Chris is just saying, thanks Tristan, couldn't and still can't believe it. Turning on stars was absolutely unbelievable. So again, without running a physical event, without having to leave home, literally putting their boy to bed and then kicking off with the music and streaming it out to the world, and I know it is the world, we've had people tuning in from all over the world. They've absolutely blown away what you can do with the monetization side of things. And the only reason that it works as well as it does, and Chris knows this, is that showing up consistently, having a schedule, not letting people down. Even when Chris has to clock off at 11, they do 9 till 11 on a Saturday night, and sometimes they go a little bit later, it's always 11-ish. When he needs to clock off, when he needs to go away from it, he actually feels bad cutting that off, because he knows how valuable the service is to other people. So showing up and staying connected with the audience, building that trust equity, showing up at a set time, with a set schedule, with a set intention, knowing why you're there, they're doing that. Yes, it's the music industry, but it applies to every single industry irrespective. You have to show up, you have to stay consistent, you have to be providing that value that we talk about all the time. It has to be helping people. The solution that they provide is a getaway, it's a relaxation, it's an enjoyment, it's a euphoric feeling. That's the solution that they're providing. And for you, what does your solution look like that you're going to provide consistently, regularly, and on a schedule, that you're going to show up? Right? It doesn't have to be that you can only do this stuff on a schedule. You can absolutely do stuff in between. Chris has got the Saturday that's set, and then they've done some broadcasts again quite regularly throughout lockdown during the week each. But then there's also random odd spot things that will pop up that they will also do. So how can you raise your visibility, raise your reach by showing up? I know that Chris's numbers have been absolutely phenomenal across lockdown. I've seen some of the stats of who they've reached, where they've reached, the number of people in. Obviously, the stars is the testimony directly back to that, that it proves that the consistency, the showing up, the schedule that they're running with is helping them to stay visible, increase their reach, and to show up for their audience and help them. Now, what can you do to set a schedule? Don't, when you're first setting a schedule to show up, set it now during lockdown where you've got a lot of time and say, right, I'm going to do every single day, because if lockdown eases, if other things come up, will you be able to maintain that, or will you start to let people down? In fact, you're better to start doing once a week with something and then increase it than you are to start higher and pull it back. The same way as for us, Breakfast and Business is a set schedule. It's Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. UK time. It's a way of staying consistent. It's the beginning of every day. People know what to expect, when to expect it, where to expect it, when Facebook is playing nicely. But we've got a multitude of different places people can connect with that, because it's consistent. It's there all the time. Bev is saying she has been consistently inconsistent. It's absolutely time to change. Bev, absolutely. I know that your heart is in the right place and your focus is now on drilling down and making sure that you are getting the results that you want by showing up, by doing the things that you need to do consistently. This comes across so many different areas of the business. It's not just showing up on digital media and social media to help people. Consistency throughout your business and brand makes them work. Look at things like Apple and McDonald's. They have a consistency through process. If you build good systems and processes, it's easier to stay consistent. If you have great systems and processes, it's easier to give a guaranteed outcome for a customer because they go through the same process. Irrespective of who they speak to in the business, what they're trying to do, they're going to have a consistent experience. We want to talk about the customer journey, the customer experience all the time. And one of the ways to do that and to provide the best version of that is actually to create great systems and processes, stick to them, make sure your team are empowered and given the tools they need in order to do that, to show up and help them. The same as you show up, customer service needs to show up. Every interaction, every conversation needs to be empowering, needs to leave the customer feeling valued, needs to be helpful, needs to be valuable. But that only happens if you have good systems and processes. Good systems and processes help you to show up in digital marketing, in your customer service, in your delivery of product. It's all down to good systems and processes. If you don't have them in place, it's really a good time to stop, sit back, take stock and think about, where do I need to refine my systems and processes to make sure I'm more consistent, I show up more regularly, and that I'm getting more value. Really, really important topic today. I don't know if you guys can hear it. We're actually, I think this is the first time we've actually done a broadcast in the rain for Breakfast and Business. Normally we look at the weather. If the weather's going to rain, we normally broadcast from inside, but it's only a little bit of light rain today. So we're going to kick on and carry on for a few more minutes anyway. So remember, this week is all about raising your reach, raising your visibility. It's so important that you today specifically show up, set a schedule that is manageable, make sure that you have a system and process in how you're going to stay consistent with that, where you're going to put content, how you're going to show up, what you're going to do to help people, and then consistently show up, just like we do for Breakfast and Business. Okay, sometimes it's a minute or two after 8 o'clock because of technical issues and all sorts of bits and pieces, but the reality is, by being consistent and showing up, that's how you're going to increase your visibility, how you're going to increase your reach. People get to know where you're going to be, when you're going to be there, and what that is all about. In the same way we talk about Breakfast and Business being a helpful resource for you to kickstart your day, thinking about something you either know and need to go and put into practice because you haven't, or something brand new that you haven't even considered. Have you got a schedule for when you go on social media? Have you got a schedule for when you're on what platforms? Have you even got a process for what gets posted on what platforms? No matter where you're watching, whether you're Instagram Live, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're watching, I encourage you today to go to my Instagram. So instagram.com/ImTristanG. Go there, follow me, and then look at the story we posted this morning. We posted a little bit of behind the scenes of what happens with Breakfast and Business, so that you can see how we get this set up, how it works, how we stay consistent with this, how we make sure that people know where the broadcasts are going, how we interact and engage with people to bring them here. It covers setting up an event, setting up the live stream, how we get the copy and everything right for it. So there's a system and a process that allows us to show up. Even if we're only just getting up 20 minutes before the broadcast, we could still get that live to happen because we have a great system and process in place that allows us to make it happen quickly and efficiently. Time is your most valuable asset, and I'm very respectful of your time, effort, and energy being here for Breakfast and Business, and I want to make these as impactful as possible. So today, set a schedule, think about where, when, how you're going to show up, make sure that you can manage it moving forwards, and then do exactly what I said: show up. You have to be consistent. You have to provide value. Again, there's no point in just showing up for the sake of showing up. You're better to show up less often and provide high value than you are to show up all the time and not be providing value. So make sure that when you're showing up, it is providing a massive amount of value. Bev is committing to the fact she's going to make sure that it is in her process. Brilliant, Bev. Great to hear. Sally dropping some emojis in there, assuming she's probably out for her run. Ian is saying no schedule. Don't have a clue what to post. Photos of visits is not enough. Absolutely, Ian. Let's talk through the process of what to do. Like for me, I have for each different platform, I have a schedule of what the type of content is. I don't have exactly what the content is, but I have a guideline to what content goes on what platforms. If you want to see the real raw behind the scenes, how I go through my day, and that's me personally as well as a business, then Instagram is probably the place you're going to want to spend time. I'm showing you some of my cooking. I'm showing you me doing exercise. I'm showing you me setting up for the broadcast, not just the broadcasts. But then I also go live in Instagram. So you then get the other side of it. You actually get the live and the content going out there as well. So you can connect with me there and see what's happening and what's going on. So there's great opportunity for you to connect with me on different platforms. For you, define what happens on each platform. It doesn't have to be exactly the same across all platforms. What it does have to be is consistent and predictable for other people, so that you can talk to people. Say, oh, you want to see some of the behind the scenes? Come over to my Instagram account and you'll see that. If you want to see all the serious business related stuff, then my Facebook is probably a better place for you to spend time. But gearing people to knowing where you're going to be, when you're going to be there, and then showing up and providing value throughout everything that you do. This is Be Awesome. I can only see by handle. Great to see you in on the broadcast. Don't know who you are because I can't see the name, but fantastic to have you here this morning for Breakfast and Business. Don't forget that showing up consistently is going to help you increase your visibility. It's going to help you increase your reach. Now, encouraging people who join you, who come into your lives, who watch your videos, who comment on anything you post. It could be blogs, it could be status updates, getting them to react to it, to respond. That's a really good way to increase your reach. And one of the reasons for that is when people are interacting with your posts, whether they're videos, whether they're graphics, whether they're text, no matter where they are, pre-recorded or live, when they're interacting and engaging with your content, it's telling the algorithm of the individual platforms that your content is valuable. If people are commenting, it's helping to put them up. Thank you so much. It's not that I've forgotten you. I don't know by username, so apologies. I can only apologize. I haven't forgotten, but it's if I can't see a name on the screen, it does say put your name up on the screen. So let me know if you're live or on the replay, where you're tuning in from, and if you're showing a username, please put your name on the screen as well, so that we can talk to you as a person rather than just as an avatar and a username. So remember, this is it: showing up, having conversations, commenting, going back. The same as I say, whether you're live or on the replay, please get involved, please participate, please take part, because I still go back through the comments. I get those notifications and I go back and I join all of those conversations as much as I possibly can. Obviously, as the numbers increase, it's hard to stay on top of all of it, but we try to respond to as much as we possibly can so that I can keep that relationship up, that we can have a conversation, and that I can help you as much as possible. I'm going to go here. Mum saying, when my groups share in the knitting community, it's thousands of views. So exactly this, it only takes someone posting your content in the right place. For those of you who follow Gary Vaynerchuk online, he talks about how he used to post and do video content all the time, and he did it for like a year without very many people watching. So don't worry if there aren't loads of people watching. What you're doing is creating digital assets. Again, we talked about this last week during Content Creation Week, but we talked about creating digital assets. They're there for the long term. They are part of a long game, and they're there to help you when people discover you. They can then go and do exactly what Daniel Priestley talks about binging your content. Can they go and watch a lot of content? If they find one video, like imagine today was the first time you'd seen this video and you'd seen that we do Breakfast and Business 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday at 8 a.m. You went, brilliant. They do that consistently. That means there's a lot more content for me to watch. They can go and binge that content on the platform they're on. So no matter where you are, YouTube, Periscope, Instagram, you guys have got to go to IGTV because we have to back it up somewhere. Facebook, it doesn't matter where you're watching. You can go back and binge the content, right? Bernard, good to see you. Thanks for dropping the name down there. Fantastic to have you in on the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. So don't forget, Breakfast and Business is Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. UK time. So that's British summertime. Despite the rain we've had today, it is British summertime in the UK. So 8 a.m. Monday through Saturday, an opportunity for you to come in and get either a new idea or be reminded of one that you already know, but need a nudge in the right direction to put into practice. This week is all about increasing your reach, raising your visibility. Those are the kind of topics we're covering all throughout this week. Today was all about showing up. Tomorrow is all about using and utilizing Facebook groups to increase your reach and visibility. Wednesday will be all about use of events. So how do we use events to raise our reach and visibility? Thursday is going to be all about commenting. Sounds super, super simple. And all of these things are quite easy to implement. I'm just giving you them really easy and quickly broken down so that you can go through them and actually utilize them. Friday is all about new features and how new features can increase your visibility and reach at an accelerated scale. And Saturday, one of my absolute personal favorites when it comes to increasing your reach, visibility, and actually making it the right reason that you do it, is celebrating friends. So for me, I do it all the time, and I'm going to deep dive into why I do that on Saturday, not just for me, but for the people that I deal with as well. Thank you so much for joining for Breakfast and Business, wherever you are, whether you're on Instagram Live, whether you're on Facebook, whether on YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, Twitch, doesn't matter what platform you're watching on, you're all important. Doesn't matter whether you're live or the replay. Get actively involved. We love having a conversation, connecting, reading through the comments, responding to people. You're part of a community here who are all moving their business towards their goals, one day at a time, one small action at a time. But remember, everything is cumulative and compound in effect when you put them into practice. Small tasks regularly will give you a massive impact on your business. So if you find these Breakfast and Business go back. If you find the Breakfast and Business broadcasts valuable, please do tag a friend below, hit the share button, tell someone else. We don't care how you do it. Each one, teach one. Every time you learn something, pass it on to someone else, because you never know who else might find it valuable. If you're not sure, share it, because someone in your community might need to hear exactly this message today, whether it's your group, whether it's your page, whether it's your profile, whether it's someone's inbox. We don't care how or where you share it, but pass the information on. It's completely free. We're never selling anything. We're just here to provide massive value. Thank you so much for tuning in for Breakfast and Business this morning. Slightly shorter than usual. We normally aim for around about 30 minutes, but being mindful of your time, reminding you showing up is one of the best ways to increase your reach and visibility. It becomes more predictable. It becomes something that people can tune into and know where and when you're going to be there, and they can choose to schedule that into their life and their time frame on their calendar, so that you give them the opportunity to connect, where if it's sporadic, if it's random, they might not be able to do it. It might be interrupting them. It might be that they can't make time for it. So same as we've done for Breakfast and Business, Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. UK time. Set a schedule, show up, be useful, provide value, build that trust equity, and raise your visibility and increase your reach starting today. All that's left for me to say on this morning's Breakfast and Business is thank you so much for tuning in. If you've got any questions in between, message me on whatever platform you like. Find me as ImTristanG across all the different platforms. If you're on one platform, go and connect with me on another platform and see what the experience is like and what I share on those platforms. Go find me as ImTristanG. Ask me questions in my inbox, comment on the videos if it's relevant to those videos, and I'll come back to you as much as I can through the comments in my inbox to help you out. I want to help. I selfishly want to help everyone. So that means I want to help as many people as possible. If you've got a question, it's never a stupid question. Ask the question and I'll see what I can do to get you the help or answer those questions for you. But other than that, all that's left to say is have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the world. Thank you for joining us for another Breakfast and Business. Don't forget, we're live 8 a.m. every single day, Monday through Saturday, on a variety of different platforms. We're on Instagram Live, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on Periscope, we're on Twitter. You can connect with us across all those platforms. Please do join the broadcast, bring a friend, let someone else know, and I'll catch you at 8 a.m. again tomorrow for another amazing Breakfast and Business. This week, all about increasing your reach and raising your visibility.